So that one is in there. Syndra will stand, Zelrun will bow and leave the room. Syndra stands and moves to the corner of the room and starts chanting and holds her hands up.
I start readying my gear and getting it all stowed away neatly and attached to me properly. It suddenly becomes a bit more apparent that I kind of know what I'm doing when it comes to handling a sword and such.
I get lost in the chanting.
And just look at this with what the hell is going on?
I've never been a fan of tiefling magics, They always seem, spooky. Always very spooky stuff.
I quite agree for the first time since we met.
And right about then,
I don't know, there's a beauty to it.
There's a rush of air. Mr. Waves, thank you for the host.
Yay, Mr. Waves!
Suddenly, as you whiz across space and time, Mr. Waves hosts the stream. And you appear with a...
Ow.
You appear in a tropical city under a blazing sun. The familiar sounds of a harbour, creaking ropes and slapping waves and heavy barrels rolling across the cobblestones. I'm good. I'm good, thank you, Mr. Waves.
I immediately collapse on the floor and vomit.
Mingle with voices shouting and cursing in unfamiliar languages filled with clicks and inhalations and sing-songy words that make it sound almost musical. The aroma of unfamiliar spices and tropical fruit mixes with the wharfside smell of fish, tar, and canvas. And you find yourselves... on a loading screen for Port Nyanzaru's map.
Welcome to Port Nyanzaru.
Map.
So you guys are somewhere down here.
Okay.
In the harbour.
Okay.
Beyond that, Port Nyanzaru is an explosion of colour. Buildings are painted. Damn it, I can't speak. Painted in bright shades of blue and green and orange and salmon pink. Or the walls are adorned with murals portraying giant lizards, terrifying dinosaur creatures, or they're heroes, mythical heroes of old times with giant swords, axes, spears. Every building sports baskets and clay urns of colourful flowers or is draped in leafy flowing vines. Minstrels in brightly coloured clothing adorned with feathers and shells perform on street corners. Multicoloured pennants and sun awnings flutter atop the city walls. A crowd of children dressed in feathered hats and capes races past you, about the same height as Jerry. Squealing
cute little things.
Squealing in delighted terror as a street performer costumed as a giant toothed lizard stomps and roars behind them. The whole city seems to be bustling, sweating, laughing, swearing and singing. All at the same time.
Everyone.
Syndra, who has come with you, bows and suggests that you find rooms for yourself at either the Thundering Lizard, if you're looking for a cautious time, or Kaya's House of Repose, if you want a peaceful night's sleep. Both of these inns are located near the Red Bazaar. She herself, or he himself, they are going to... Damn it, pronouns. They they intend to stay for the remainder of their adventure in Wakanga Otamu's villa. And so at this point, they will bid you adieu.
Bye.
Well,
Oh, well, I think the first thing we need to do is get some information.
yes, we are
think
straight.
that.
We can
Wow.
worry about finding it in later, but seeing as we're here now, we're going to have to. There must be some people around here that know something about this.
Michael, the numbers that you can see in the stream are numbers that tell me what the places are that the players in the game can't see. I don't think there's a way that I can look at it as a player sees it without leaving the game and coming back in again. But I can't do that, so yeah. You guys get to see the numbers as well.
Right.
You can also see the semi-transparent view of certain people who are on this map
Yeah.
Yay!
and their locations, whereas the players
Yeah.
can't.
Great. Woo!
What I am going to do though is I'm going to put Theodas into this map just here as sort of a waypoint of where you guys are.
Okay, I am the GPS guys.
You are just like this is the
Okay.
you are here mark.
Right.
So we
okay.
need to. I agree. We need to find information. Where should we ask?
Well, just look around you. There's a lot of rabble going on here.
That's true.
Find them.
I-
Find
I-
them.
Find the nearest person and just ask them. What are we going to ask? What information should we take?
So I open up my traveler's case and I pull out my entertainer's outfit, and I was like, well, I'm just going to blend in and see what I can learn. So
Oh wait, I also get to show you this.
Ah.
Welcome to Chult.
Oh, lovely.
Wow.
Oh,
It's
lovely.
a pretty picture. Yay!
Yeah,
Let's
pretty
continue.
good. Yeah.
Come to Chult. We've got waterfalls. Right, so I immediately start heading off towards the nearest entertainers gathering, and
Okay, there are, as I say, there are gatherings on pretty much every street corner of
okay,
tabaxi minstrels. So they're giant cat people
yes,
performing in colourful clothing adorned with shells and feathers,
very nice.
and they're playing music and strumming instruments.
Is there a bar nearby? Ask the bartender. They always seem to know stuff.
There are 2 inns that are near. There's the Thundering Lizard and Kaya's House of Repose. They are both near the Red Bazaar.
Right, where's the red bazaar?
So the Red Bazaar is.
Is it the? Oh, I'll probably guess where it
You know
is.
that tent-looking thing there? That looks bizarre-like to me.
Mm-hmm.
It does, doesn't it? It does look bizarre, doesn't it?
It does look bizarre.
The Red Bazaar is
Somewhere.
somewhere.
Is
Oh,
it
On
yeah.
another map.
No, that
Somewhere in Chult.
Place your bets. Place your bets. I am betting.
I'm betting here.
Ooh.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a red bazaar, doesn't it?
I can't see it at the moment. Bear with me. I'm looking.
Oh, let's do this.
John
It's
is the
the
best
invisible
dungeon
red bazaar.
master.
I wish I could help.
I can see literally the numbers either side of it. Ah, here it is. It is here.
I'm watching two dozen
There,
you.
that tiny little.
I mean, it's kind of that whole area.
It's where?
Oh yeah, I can see lots of tents now. Oh
It's
right.
this whole area down here.
Ah, I see. Yes.
Okay.
Right, so we're gonna head down there then.
Shall we head down there? I think we head down there.
Basically,
Oh.
it is this is sort of the lower end
Is it down
bazaar.
Mm-hmm.
It's a standard marketplace, and there are sellers of basically food. It's the everyday needs and requirements. So it's sellers are selling locally produced meat, which is largely dinosaur. Vegetables, tropical fruit, tej, light tropical clothing because it's very hot, insect repellent, rain catchers, and other household items. Predominantly, you'll be seeing people there who are Chult residents.
Well, if anyone's going to know, it'll be them.
The Thundering Lizard is a very loud tavern. Meanwhile, Kaya's House of Repose is a much quieter tavern.
I say we go to the place of repose.
Yeah, but
I'll
will we
choose to
hear?
have a conversation.
I'd say more the Thundering Lizard if you want.
Yeah, I agree because if people will more likely have looser lips if they are full of ale, and you might get more information that way.
Information is the thunderers. Repose is for sleep.
Yes.
By all means, we can sleep at the repose, but rumors, I believe, the thunder.
Yes.
I
You're
agree.
right. You're right. To the thunder, then. To the thunder.
And also, the marketplace would be a good place to ask around as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what shall we hit first then?
I think we should hit them. We don't have much in the way of supplies, do we? In terms of like food for the journey, so we should probably. Well, we should like gear up and learn information.
And
So I say we head to the bazaar.
Very well.
head to the bazaar.
You head to the bazaar. It's not immediately obvious when you get there why it's called the Red Bazaar. Nothing about it is particularly decorated in red except one corner of the bazaar, which has the huge slabs of dinosaur meat.
Oh, I'm gonna get myself a meat snack.
And the gutters around the dinosaur meat slabs are run thick with dinosaur blood. Because this is a
Yummy.
nice place.
Mm.
That makes sense.
As I
What a
say,
character.
when you look around, this is this bazaar, this marketplace is selling sort of the everyday goods markets. So it's got food. You can get insect repellent. One of the market sellers holds up a bottle of a amber-coloured fluid and just offers you tej.
What is this?
So,
What is
uh,
What is Tej?
Yeah.
You have not had tej?
No.
No.
I'm not from round here.
And then you must try tej. It is finest drink in Chult.
Well, what's
I will
it made
try
of?
Tesh.
Yeah. what's
Honey.
the- Honey.
I will try Tesh.
We're going to have a
I
problem
saw-
with this one, Mr. Flower Dance over there. He's going to end up getting us in a lot of trouble if you just like calm it down a little bit.
Okay.
He will pull you a
as for
mug.
me, I start wondering to go to get myself a meat snack, whether it's skewers or stuff. I don't know what's available.
You can get a mug of tej for 4 copper pieces.
I'd pass on the Tej.
I will accept the Tej.
He offers
I too
you
will accept.
I give him the 4 copper. So, I don't know how many copper is for a gold.
I know, I was just trying to figure that out myself.
it's 10 silver for a gold and 10 copper for a silver, so
So either way, 9 gold, 9 silver, and 3. No, not 3. 4 copper. There.
I see. So, yeah, because I'm going for the Tesh as well. I need to figure that one out.
I drink the Tesh.
5 to the 4.
I just watch him
Yes,
slowly
and
worried
nine.
as he drinks his Tej. I'm
It
kind
was
of
how much for
curious.
Tesh? It was
4. Did I say 4?
So-
I think I said
Yeah.
4.
I said 4
so
copper.
much.
4 copper.
Yes. In which case, I've given that over. I get Tesh and drink Tesh.
I just watch like real curious, but also
Yeah.
like we're supposed to get information, guys. We're not supposed to
Yeah.
drink.
You knock back.
Say, you don't know anything around the area, do you?
What?
Yeah. What? Since we've now purchased your wares, are there any
Yes.
rumors or odd goings on throughout the land?
Well, I mean, there've been people escaping the executioner's run.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Is that unfortunate or is that?
I mean, it's unfortunate, depending on who you bet on.
Yes.
Gambling, you say?
The dinosaur races are in the next couple of days.
Ah.
Interesting.
Is there anything you can tell us about the island?
It's a thick jungle. You probably, I mean,
Does anyone go out there?
not really. There's, I think there's been rumor that there's the Order of the Gauntlet have a forward base out there trying to hold back the undead threat, but sometimes they get supplies coming through.
I bristle slightly at the mention of undead.
Ella
So-
EU, thank you for the host.
So this undead threat. Have you has anyone seen anything? Has there been any?
Well, they don't.
You know,
They don't venture into the cities or the city.
I mean, you say they don't get in, but obviously, you know that there's a threat out there. I mean,
Well,
must know
yes.
something.
That's why we stay in the city. That's why we stay in Port Nyanzaru.
So how do you get the dinosaur meat?
Not everybody stays in the city, but
Oh,
most
who are the
sensible
that
people.
go out?
Oh, trained
Lovely.
trained specialists leave. You can't just go willy-nilly into the jungle.
Yeah, no. This guy doesn't know anything. He's as dumb as a box of frogs. This one.
Has the undead threat been like persistent for many years, or is it fairly recent?
Oh no, it's always the jungle has always been infested with the undead as far as we can remember.
There's not a order. That's fine.
No, it's not a recent thing by any means. It's been there for as long as I can remember.
So how has a town like this got so big and so bustly with the bloody undead marching on there every other day? I mean,
Oh, they don't march on the city. We have there's Fort Balauran, and there's I don't know, the Order of the Gauntlet. As I say, they have at least one forward base out there.
where can we find someone from this Order of the Gauntlet?
At their base, I presume.
Yeah, if you're looking for them specifically, it would be one of their camps.
Or perhaps the hunters, the ones who go out and know the island.
We need someone who knows this land.
You're looking for a guide.
Yes.
That would be helpful. Is there someone we could like?
Well, I mean,
Talk to.
there are guides. All of the ones who operate out of Port Nyanzaru, they are registered and serve under the auspices of Merchant Prince Jobel.
Jobel. Is he a person we could arrange meeting with to get a guide? Do you know? I mean, I'm presuming here, but
I mean, Jobel himself, he just takes a cut of their whatever they agree with. There are message boards outside the inns and taverns the Thundering Lizard and Kaya's House of Repose,
Yeah.
or at the Harbour's Master's office.
Either way, we can find a guide if we need one.
You're able to find. Yeah, you can.
That's fine.
Wonderful.
Is this
I think-
this guy?
I think we've run out of information from this guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he worried that we're asking so many questions? Is he worried, or is he just like doesn't know how to deal with our questions?
I'm also curious about this and the fact that he is talking to me.
Yeah.
He seems to be like, people don't tend to just stop and ask him this many questions. They come for a drink and then they bugger off.
Right. Okay.
You are now our tour guide. Come with us, little man.
I have to stay with the stand, but by all means, have another glass of Tej before you go if you want. Or
I think I've. It is very nice.
it's
but
very sweet.
Yes,
It's very sweet.
I've had my fill for now.
Like a-
Thank
like-
you.
I'm imagining some sort of very, very hyper sweetened mead. kind
Yeah,
of thing.
pretty much.
It's like an energy drink, just energetic and alcoholic.
We should probably head off to the Thundering Lizard then, shouldn't we?
Thundering Lizard.
Yes.
We go to the Thundering Lizard.
Lead the way.
Okay.
John's trying to find the relevant page.
Sean,
Yes.
you are approached as you wander through the streets. A man stumbles up to you,
Oh.
and then realizing that he can't quite whisper into your ear, he stumbles across to Riordan, who is of a much
Ah.
more reasonable height for a human to whisper into the ear of.
Damn me and my height.
Speak to the wise guardian of Oralunga, west of Mabala. She can direct you to that which you seek. And then he collapses on the ground.
Sorry.
Interesting.
What was that?
Oracle.
I'll just check why he collapsed on the ground
Yeah.
and
Is
if
he
he's
okay?
still
Is he
alive.
breathing?
He is
I-
breathing.
Yeah, I go up to him and see if I can see anything wrong with him, or if he's just exhausted, or
Does he look like that chappie in the house?
No,
That was like
no.
Has he got any wounds?
None that you can see. He's wearing robes, sort of light, flowy robes, because a lot of the humans in this sort of area are wearing very light, flowing clothing.
Okay.
This one's in particular robes have a giant eye on the chest.
Ooh.
Can I try an
do
intelligence
I know
check?
anything about this symbol?
You can make a religion check for this.
Well, nothing. Like nothing.
21.
But I know the religion of the spoon.
So everybody else, you all think that this guy just really likes eyes. It's obviously
Okay,
just a
well.
fashion statement.
Yeah.
Sean, you realise that this is the holy symbol of Sevras,
Sevras.
who is a god that is a god of truth.
well, he's clearly not lying. Then we should
Wait,
go to
truth, you say?
Orlunga.
Answer the utter truth.
He awakens with a start. What the? Who? Where? Am I?
You came up
Who
to
are
us,
you?
said something to my friend, and collapsed, my friend.
You're on the floor, mate.
I helped him back up.
I see this. He stands back up.
Do you remember?
How do you feel?
Yeah.
I don't remember anything for the last 12 hours or so.
12 hours.
I just had aside from a a driving need to find a black dragonborn and his travelling companions.
Oh.
What were you doing before you woke up
Before
here?
you suddenly got this urge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you must have been doing something, man. You weren't
I was
exactly
just-
knitting a coat, were you?
I was just at the temple, and the god must have spoken to me. That must be it. Savras works in mysterious ways.
You said
Yeah.
about seeking an oracle. So it's oracle of I can't remember what it was.
Or a Lunga, wasn't it?
Oralunga, south
The
of
wise
Bard.
guardian of Oralunga.
So your god possesses you whenever it feels like?
Apparently, that occurred. Yes. I don't know where this Orlunga is.
Wise guardian. You know where Mabala is. I've spoken with people from Camp Vengeance that in the jungle. It's near Camp Vengeance.
Oh.
I've spoken
Right.
with porters from Camp Vengeance.
Isn't that where that order hangs out?
Yes,
Those
they're-
undead killing, dragon hunting, dinosaur eating. Those guys.
well, I mean, everybody around here eats dinosaur.
By the way, can you make it back to your temple on your own, or do you need help?
I should be okay, thank you.
Are we seriously going to learn this Charlie on his way? He's just come up to us and asked us to seek out someone. He can't remember it. Claims to be of a god of truth. Sounds like a bit too much hokey pokey in one day for me, to be honest.
There might be some information you could get from the temple, but I can't believe his story. I mean, I've seen some strange stuff happening with magic.
Mm.
The divines work in mysterious way.
I mean, yes, obviously magic. Yes, obviously traveling through across time and space. Yes, obviously undead. Yes, obviously dinosaurs. I mean, why are we here?
Hmm?
Look, let's just go to this tavern and get some information, get this idol and get back and get my rewards. I mean, our reward.
Let's do what he says.
Yes, I agree. It's the most logical option.
Exactly.
Even if I don't like agreeing with you.
Well, you don't have to agree with me. You just have to agree with me. Come on, then. Where was it? Was it the
Thundering
was
lizard.
it the blundering lizard?
Thundering lizard.
Okay, thundering lizard. Let's go.
You make your way to a tavern, and it's got a large sign out the front of a giant Tyrannosaurus charging down the street, and you're fairly certain you found the right place. They are about 2 steps down from having a full-blown bar fight within. You can't quite tell whether violence is going to escalate or people are just having a good time. Lots of people are drinking tej and other alcohol. There are people singing loudly, dancing on tables and on the bar itself. It's
This
a
sounds
busy
lovely.
place.
This is my kind of tavern.
This is not my kind of tavern.
Nor mine.
Well, you guys can go off to the repost and you can go get your feet massaged and all that. But I'm actually
And-
here to get some information. So if you
And,
don't
and,
mind,
and leave you to drink yourself to death. No, thank you. We're here for information. I'm going to watch over you like a hawk. So get in here.
do you mind? I'm a halfling. I can drink you under the table.
Yeah.
We make the strongest brews. We are the best drinkers, and that'll be all that I have to say about it. Now, come on.
He only says that because he can't drink half pints.
What did you say about half pints?
Oh, no, yeah,
Now listen. I don't care why you're here. I don't care what seedy background you have. But right now, we're stuck here together. Let's get this job done. And then it's all go home, so I don't have to look at your ugly face anymore.
For the first time, we agree. Get in.
Actually, it was a
I make
second.
a little hand,
Actually, you've agreed a few times now.
I make a little hand sign to the waiter waitress so that we can start ordering something to eat and drink.
I'm sat at the bar. I've already got a pint.
I've gone to join in with the singers.
Make a performance check, Ben.
Me?
Oh.
Ben.
Ben.
And no, God.
It's not good. It's very
Whoosh.
loud.
What did you do?
Somehow he's singing manages to bend the spoon.
Currently, Riordan is going for the volume over every other metric of good singing approach.
Well, at least we can hear him in.
Yeah, at least we know where he is. we should find a corner and just observe for a little while, see if there's anything other than rambunctiousness going on.
I'm starting to like watch a bit around me if I can spot anything that is interesting or unlikely to be normal in a tavern like this.
Okay. The pair of you can make perception checks.
Can we be looking around whilst I'm singing over everyone and all?
Yeah, anybody in the tavern can make a perception check if they want to just kind of have a look around.
Okay.
Okay, Carboom. You notice a reasonably young half-elf storm out of the tavern, followed by a very small, almost pocket-sized dragon that just whisks out the front door. But other than that, you notice nothing out of the ordinary. Any of you.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like the best way for me to get information is to mingle a lot, so I'm going to jump in there and try and rescue Ben from his shoddy performance by performing myself.
Okay. Are you performing with an instrument or?
I will perform with my vole.
Okay.
You pull out a small rodent.
Ta-da! And for my next trick.
So if you want to make a viol check,
A viol check.
so you should just. I don't know if you can just click on. Can you just click on viol?
I just rolled an 18 for performance.
So 23. Actually, no, because it will have your proficiency bonus on top of that. That's a 25. Shan is back and going into lurk mode.
Hooray!
Hey.
Whoop.
Judgy.
And I'm knocking over a lava lamp that's next to my hand.
Hooray!
So you
Oh no, there's lava everywhere.
you stroll out onto the bar, and you
I'm
get out.
literally standing on the bar right now.
You get out your viol, and you play a tune of halfling origins, and pretty much the entire tavern just drops in volume and noise,
Now's
and
the
is
perfect
listening.
time. Now is the perfect time for Carboom to slink out and go
I still
investigate that
singing?
dragon.
Yeah. Well, so I'm starting to walk towards the person and asking honestly, is that a dragon you got there?
So you've gone out to find the half-elf.
Yep.
No, this isn't a dragon. This is my pet. This is Summerwise. And
Oh.
perched on her shoulder is what looks to be about the size of a cat. Dragon with wings, purple.
Okay. So my next question is, but how come it's so small?
It's a pseudo dragon. They are this size.
Oh, I see. Did you get it when the people over there got the dinosaur meat?
No. I had this before I came to Chult. I'm looking for my father. He's an explorer. He went into the jungle. Nobody's heard from him since. He left the town with a reptilian man who doesn't say anything and smells funny, from what I've been able to find out so far.
Oh, but what was your father doing in the jungle?
God, I don't know. He was obsessed with finding something. A mysterious place that doesn't exist in this plane of existence. My mother was apparently there and disappeared with it. Everybody thinks that she's dead, but he won't stop clinging to the belief that she's in this magical place that just turns up every few hundred years.
Oh, well, turns out we actually are looking for something with incredible magic in the jungle. Maybe you could come with us, and maybe we could look for your parents along the way.
I suppose if you're going into the jungle, you might at least be able to look for him yourself. I can't get out of the town. If I stay in Port Nyanzaru and he comes back through, then I can stop him. But if you're into the jungle and you find him, then you can at least tell him I'm here.
Sure, what is your name so that I can tell him?
Well, I'm Zandala. My father's name is Artist Simba.
Ah, so, but maybe you can help us. You see, we're currently looking for a guide to help us get to the jungle safely.
She points about 2 feet to the left of her at a notice board that has guide, explorers. They might be able to help.
Well, thank you for your help, and I should certainly hope we might find your parents.
So if you look at the notice board that is there is a notice for an Azaka Stormfang. One that's simply named Eku. And a Farul and Gondolo.
Okay, so I look back at the group, especially Theodas, since got to go back to the names, since Jerry is in the middle of the song.
Yep.
And signal them to come to the board.
I just see what he wants from me, and I'm like, okay, going to
Come over straight away.
While all the other stuff was going on, I was like questioning the bartender if he's heard anything odd going on, or any rumors, or anything.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask her to the group wants us to hire.
So
I'm
We
not
know-
there. I'm currently still distracting everyone.
do we know anything about those guys?
Well, we can judge something through their name, but besides that,
We need to check on them first to see who's the most.
You get these
Visible.
notices.
Ooh.
You need a guide to get you through the jungle a little bit further. was born in the jungle. I know its danger well. And he disappeared. Hey, whoa.
Sorry, you should
5
have
gold coins per day, eh?
you should have those all now in your journals.